Alrighty, hello. Good evening, happy Saturday. How is everyone doing this evening? We're back, hopefully finishing, or at least getting really close to breaking the Blaze Library AB over here. And we just got the hind legs to do, so we'll hopefully be getting close to complete tonight, if not all the way, and having some fun along the way. Hopefully, we've got two excellent giveaway prizes this week: HG IBO Schwab Grays McGillis Custom and an entry grade RX-78 full weapon set. They'll be drawing for at some point during the evening, probably multiple times. So stay tuned for that. I want to jump into chat before I do. Two things I need to talk about real quick. Number one, please hit that like button. It definitely helps other people see the stream, helps get the word out and stuff like that, and I really appreciate it if you do. And number two, we do have that live 10 code active on the site this evening. And some excellent restocks on Friday. Friday's actually our largest day ever by far, in terms of like total sales volume, beating out even last week's sale, which is kind of crazy. So that's exciting. Some good stuff. Some things definitely sold out, but I think there's some good stuff. I think we got new Verkos still up, for example. Justice are gone though. But if you wanted to take advantage of any of that stuff, use that live 10 code and save 10% during the stream tonight. So with all that said, I'm gonna jump into the chat and say hello, and then we'll get to the building so I can hopefully get closer to completion on this thing. What's up, Keith Bishop? How's it going? What's up, Dylan Dole, Dan Bowman? 1700 versus 1730. I guess I can make dinner after all. I'm glad that a little bit extra time helped you. I'll take a break from my VTuber addiction to get my dose of Mecha Building. What's up, Aspen? Matthew Mahoney, did everyone shop the anti-sale? Good question. What's up, Viper6? Chad C. Seiji Date. Bo Paradigm, what's up? Rob Rosencrantz. Extreme Caliber, a random hero. Daniel Million. Kilo Delta, Viper6. By Dekar Prime. Rachel Oxley. Matthew Mahoney. Let's not go backwards. Yeah, let's try not to. What's up, Scott, Geomar, Rochambeau, Searchlight, what's going on? Art at the End, Kyrek, what is up? Hey, G-Mang, what's going on? All right, we'll get into building tonight. Okay. Start with the N11 and N3. So, brother, it's Mike's build. Hey, Mike, how's it going? I said too much better with stock. First big bad Toys R packaging was even better. Came with a cool Mecha Warehouse sticker. It's the little things, you know. So you try. We're trying. Okay, N11 and N3. Corn is supposed to arrive Monday. Nice. Finally got those out. I think they're picked up on Friday. This past week was a struggle, to say the least. With all the challenge coins to deal with. We had all the sale orders to deal with. And my allergies are still killing me. A question, will there ever be a listing for a 172 Cosmo Falcon from Space Battleship Yamato? I've been looking everywhere. I don't know. If they print them, we'll end up with some. I don't know offhand if there's any like on order forms. so I don't know. Painting the SEW Heroes Pirate Gun, nice. I feel like we just barely got into Friday without having orders left to ship. Maybe we got caught up by sometime Thursday, but it felt like there was a chance we were going to end up getting right down to the wire, and this week's not going to be much better between the huge restock. We got a ton more stuff coming in this week, so it's going to be an exciting week. What's up, John Lasseter, Taylor accidentally tore an eye sticker, so I just picked up a few gutter markers from you. Oh well. Good to have anyway. Gutter markers are good. I think you could get replacement stickers from Bluefin, or I guess BNTCA now that the mergers happened. I think that would count for a replacement part. Do you have an ETA on PG Unicorn? Not a hard ETA, but I think one of our secondary suppliers just got their shipment, which means that our main shipment might be just around the corner. I'm not sure. For sure though. We have so much stuff incoming though. It's been crazy. Seems like I'm getting multiple shipment notifications a day. The dollar signs are just flashing past my eyes with all the sizes of these orders that are shipping. Trying to pay for all of them all at the same time. Trying to keep the credit cards paid off so that way there's some card limit left for these huge transactions. It's been fun. It's a perfect. Wish they'd reprint the 1 Year War Arc 78-2 again. The kid's been out of production for like 10 years as far as I know. Has it been that long? You know, how many legs are we up to? We got 2 legs done. We're just working on the 2 back legs now. We start building again. Haven't touched a gun in 3 weeks. We'll definitely do it. If you are on the Discord, it's a link to 1. Any more MG Justice coming soon? I want to buy 2, but the checkout limited me to 1. Yeah, we had to limit them to 1 this time because we wanted everybody to have a chance. And I knew that they'd be really popular. We do have, I think we've ordered more. I don't know when they're coming in. We ordered some more on the Q3 order form. I know that for sure, I think. Maybe I don't know that for sure. But we're ordering much larger quantities than we have in the past. So if we do get them again, we should get significantly more and hopefully can up the limit a little bit too. Everyone just got my kegerator hooked up. Should be a fun night. Nice. Great. I know Amazon has one, but it's like $60. What's up, Steve Hummel? What's everybody up to this evening? You guys building along too? Doing something else? Wasting legs down on my RG new. Great build so far. Nice. Built my RX 78F00, nice, from a while ago, the 100, awesome. Panel line, the MG Alex. Oh, can't wait for my coin to show up, nice. Do you have an ETA yet on your tracking? And then RG Mark II Titans Gundam, P Bandit Leo S, nice. HG Xeon, continuing MG Wing 0 EW. Using a wet palette for the first time, nice. When I do my paint my artifact, I planned on using a wet palette. Which one are you using, Kilo Delta? Put in the barbiturates to keep my mind off surgery coming up. Building's a good way to do that, potentially. Put in RG at red frame. Lupus Rex. Sending parts at 20-year-old MG new, nice. Tuesday, cool. I convinced my wife to get to bed early. It's her first day back to work tomorrow after emergency surgery a month ago. She needs to be up at 3:15 a.m. Holy crap. I feel like 3:15 is a time that you should stay up to more often than you wake up at, if that makes sense. And I don't think you should stay up to 3:15 very often. Still working on Eclipse, gotta start the feet next, nice. Clean up my office, cool. I need to do that. My Destiny, need a break from building as a patient screwed up 4 pieces of MG kit painting. It's gonna be a week trying to repaint it. I know how that feels. I had to step away a little bit from the little bit of painting I was doing this afternoon. I painted a few parts, decided I needed to resand some after putting down the primer, and that was getting me a little bit frustrated. Masterson still, probably just a generic one. I gotcha. 11 point. Early eating dinner 6 hours later than usual. Yes, an early dinner at 2:30. Wow, it's pretty early. I feel like I tend to be on the other end of the spectrum. I usually eat very late, especially during the week because of just training, being at the dojo or jiu-jitsu. An early night for me, I might eat at, I don't know, like 7:30, and a late night I might be eating at 9 or 10. So metallic steel bleeding under masking tape on white and off-white. So yeah, ouch. She works 45 minutes away and has to be at work by 6 a.m., but her morning routine takes 2 hours. Just relaxing, took a hike today. Nice, John. Your headaches if I eat too late and only one meal a day. Like intermittent fasting, or is that just I guess it probably is intermittent fasting basically if you're eating one meal a day, but is it for the health benefits or because of the headache thing? What's up, David Kahn? Also going to throw out there in case anybody has any suggestions, or if anybody's knows of anybody. We're looking at a space this week in Hooksett on the other side of town that might be a good spot to move the warehouse to, but the space is decent for what we need and meets most of our requirements, but they don't have a roll-up door, so we need to punch a hole in a concrete block wall and put a essentially like a big garage door in the side of the building. And so I need a contractor, general contractor or something here in New Hampshire that can do it. So if anybody happens to know one or is one in New Hampshire or could do work in New Hampshire, that would be really cool. Yep, unintentionally. Well, it's kind of rough then. What's up, Rick? Just did a 109-hour water only fast. Yeesh. For a while I was doing like the intermittent fasting thing, and I wouldn't eat breakfast and just eat like the 2 meals or whatever. And then I stopped. I'm not really sure why I stopped. Using kind of easy solution to make a hole in things. That would work if I had a Gundam that was fully equipped and ready to go. Sorry, I could help you if you were in Rhode Island, but New Hampshire I had no contacts. Darn. Seems like everybody I've talked to so far just doesn't have like availability. Seems like it's a good good kind of business to be running right now, because there's more work than there's time and resources to do or whatever. I tried calling up a guy I use for something else, and he's got no availability till March next year. Let's talk more sanding. I hope it's like we're done. Don't really want to see it 100th Street. Good evening. How are you doing? Well, how are you, friends? Done intermittent fasting for the last 9 weeks. I'm actually down 30 pounds, doing a 24 protocol. My schedule just makes it too hard to really do like the really good ratios. I think that's might be part of why I didn't continue with mine, because I don't think I was really getting any benefits. I was just getting annoyed. Okay, N10 and P6. Lots of investment industry money is flooding the contracting industry as they scoop up all the homes. Could be. Whole things because of my meds. I'm just never hungry, but any health benefits are ruined by all the soda I drink. Yeah, it's probably one of the easiest ways to lose weight if you happen to be somebody who drinks a lot of soda, is just to drink less soda. Wish there was a Bandai Terminator line, one HD 100 killer tank drone. That'd be really cool, actually. Eat breakfast and lunch, found it easier that way for some reason. Interesting. I'm just never home, so it's hard to eat like full healthy meals out or not at home. So lighter than I was in high school, though. Never been a big issue with soda, but I used to like energy drinks when I was younger. Caught all that up by switching to seltzer water. Drink a lot of seltzer. Seltzer's a good, healthier alternative to a lot of sugary drinks and stuff. I'm sure you've answered this a million times, but what grids are those 3M pads? 400, 600, 1000, and 1500 are the four that I use, or thereabouts. Work from home, but even when I was working at the office, I was packed lunch. I at the healthy weeks, I work out a lot, and you can't trade a bad diet. Yeah, I usually bring my lunch too most of the time, but it's usually like a sandwich or something pretty simple like that. I don't really have, there's no refrigerator at the warehouse right now. I need to rectify that, and we'll probably fix that in the new warehouse. And like a microwave would be very useful as well. I used to be able to drink soda pretty much all day long in my early teens, 20s. Can't even drink one can now that I'm in my 30s. I experienced a sugar crash. That's also not the best either. I only really drink soda like occasionally. Like once or twice a week maybe. Could have a fridge and a microwave. Come on, Nick. There's no room for it, man. I've got a mini fridge I'd be bringing in, but it's been sitting in my basement, and there's just no place to put it. Could be a storefront at any point. Maybe this space we're looking at, we'd be able to set up like a small storefront, kinda. I don't think we're gonna run like a full-scale brick and mortar type operation though, anytime soon, just because of the resources required. We're like dying on just manpower right now. Hence why we put out the job listing this week. Put a warehouse near a Taco Bell. We would be closer to Taco Bell with this new space. There's a Taco Bell on that side of Hooksett. Like sparkling water, you get cool parts of drinking soda, but it's not as unhealthy. Right, exactly. No, get a warehouse bear. Looking for retail space in man, it's freaking expensive per square foot. Retail space definitely is. That's the space that we looked at, or we're looking at, that we need the roll-up door installed in, is actually retail. And it's heavily discounted because the plaza it's in has a Kmart that closed down a few years back, and nothing's taken its place. So the big anchor tenant in the plaza hasn't really been there, and so the space is sat dormant and inactive for years too. So it's a lot cheaper per square foot than most of the other retail around, I think. But I really need a space with the rolling door like we have now, because that lets us receive pallets, and we're going to be receiving a ton more inventory in the new space. What's up, Orlando? Problem is, not a lot of like contractor bays and smaller flex spaces like the one we're in available right now. It seems to be like the most in-demand type of commercial property as far as I can tell. I mean, if I had a ton of money sitting around, I'd just be like building one of these kind of buildings, because it seems like there's like none available. Just take Kmart and build up life-size blue in it. Yeah, something tells me that the 90-something thousand square feet that it is a little bit more than I need and could. I feel like the heat bill for that would be crazy. Turn our Kmart into a massive indoor storage facility. That's a pretty good idea. I need to think out the box and convince the owner of the plaza to turn the inside of that Kmart into something good like that, and build me a little bay inside there. Contractors still being the problem though, so I don't know if that would solve my problem in the short term. And you thought of making a mega size mech like your logo to be in front of the place? I want to put one inside at some point, but it'll probably be a while because it's going to be a fairly expensive proposition. Do you have a second location? You use both spaces simultaneously if you couldn't find a big enough space. I don't think so, Artie. If they were in the same like area, like in the same complex or something, like if the building in front of us had a space that we could nab or something, then maybe. But I don't think we really could. I picked up a storage unit on Monday for some of our backup stock to clear some space up on top of the shelves, but the shelf space itself is very limited right now, and we have so many things coming in. We really need space on the shelves to add to the number of kits that we have on the shelves in stock at any given time. It'd be really complicated to ship out of 2 locations and stuff. And things are already complicated as it is. Would you consider yourself the best modeler of all of your staff, or do you have some wicked builders working there too? I don't know. I don't know if I can say definitively yes or no on that one. Trying to think if anybody else. It's hard to say. I haven't like put up like head to head like whose build's the best. That would be interesting to do at some point though. Stock a spirit. If they move out, you move in for cheaper price rent. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because I remember you mentioned that there may be open space for the same building you utilize now. Has there always been 3 cameras? For a while, there's been 3 cameras. At least the last like year, maybe. Yeah, so there was supposed to be a space, one of our adjacent units we were going to try to take over, but they don't move out until November or something, or at least their lease doesn't end until November. If I can't figure out the contractor thing for the space we want to move to, I might see if I could figure out who to contact at that business and see if I can buy them out somehow and get them to let me take over their lease and take over their unit. I'm feeling that won't happen, though. That's a reach to have that work out. How long do you expect your current space to last, or do you foresee this much growth in the business? I mean, it's a 2-year lease, and I only would accept a 2-year lease. I didn't want a 3-year lease for the size of the space because I figured there's a good chance we would outgrow it before the lease was up, which is kind of where we're at now. It's really hard to foresee exactly how long it will take. With this new space, we were looking at negotiating another 2-year with maybe some sort of guaranteed extension or something that we could exercise. So Pat's comment about you guys getting stiffed. What do you mean? You need to bribe a Kotobukiya to get them to actually ship you. Oh, I see. That's the other comment. Leave growth to go and better to get larger space. Yeah, we're trying to get, like, just doing the 2. If we could take on an adjacent unit, I'm worried that we would outgrow the 2 units faster than a 2-year lease even, which is why this other space we're looking at would be better, because it's more like 3x the size, which might last us the 2 years, maybe 3. Depending on how we use it and how much stuff scales up. It's hard because more space means more cost, and if we're not using all that space, that could be a problem. I suppose I could start looking at options of significantly larger spaces even. And there might be more availability in some ways to go way bigger, 4 or 5x maybe, but that rent's going to be huge. And Actually, let's do our first draw of the night. We got those two prizes I mentioned before, the IBO Schwab Grays McGill's Custom and an entry grade RX-78 full weapon set. If you haven't done one of these giveaways before, what we're going to do is throw out a number range. You're going to put a number in the chat and answer a question I'm about to ask. And in a few minutes, we will pick a number in that range. And if that number is picked, if your number is picked, then you win. So let's do a number between 1 and, let's do 1 to 750. And what is the best master grade kit you've ever built? Make that our first question. Best master grade kit you've ever built, and a number from 1 to 750. Remember, one number per person. Do not delete or change your number. We only ship to U.S. addresses, and we'll draw in a moment. Get a large enough area to have your dojo attached. I mean, that'd be cool. Hookset's not very close to where the dojo is now, though, so that would be a problem for our students at the dojo. I definitely would love that. But that would be, we'd lose a lot of students with that move, I think. I suppose I could try moving the warehouse closer to the dojo. Would be an option too, but I'm not sure that there's significantly more options over there. What was the question? Best master grade you've ever built? Hopefully I could just find a contractor that's got some availability somehow. I was hoping that I would say something on the chat and someone would be like, oh yeah, I'm a contractor in New Hampshire, and I'll just rearrange my entire schedule because I need my favorite Gunpla shop to be able to move and operate the way they need to operate. That's wishful thinking though. It was worth a shot, yeah, really. I've still got a handful of places to call, I think. The supply of roll-up don't do installing. They might, but they don't. The problem is we got to put a hole in the side of the building, which might require like an architect and a mason, I think. I think it's a stone, like a concrete block wall kind of structure. I have to see if they'll let me if the landlord there would let me hire all the subs and project manage it myself, because I might have better luck with that. But I'm not sure. Put a big hole in the wall, but nothing after that. Right, Kilo Delta. I was joking on the Zoom last night with a few of the guys about just backing my truck into the wall and making a hole. Like, well, now we got to fix it, so now you guys we might as well put a door in while we're at it. I mean, I could swing a sledgehammer or use a jackhammer or whatever. I just can't make it all that neat. I thought earlier when you did the 3-year sale, was it scary? You started the business up right before the pandemic hit. I can imagine it's been stressful with supply and demand. I mean, I don't think it was ever really scary early on because it was so small and it was a side thing that it didn't really matter if it succeeded or failed. It was, as far as I was concerned at the time, like play money. was, a few $1,000, which, I mean, it's not a small amount of money, but if it went to zero, it wasn't a big deal because all it was riding on it was my business. Like, we weren't using it for income. I still had my consulting business going. We had income. It wasn't that big a deal. And then where it got scary, I think, was moving to an actual warehouse and having fixed costs and commitments to things like a 2-year lease. And then when hiring people, when we got to that phase, because I got people that are depending on that job for at least part of their income. So that's, to me, when it got scarier, especially with like supply and demand. We're trying to get enough inventory to make sure we're able to keep growing and support the amount of staff and our fixed costs and stuff like that. What's up, Jay Punisher? I think I'm going to call time and we'll do this first draw. I think now the most stressful thing is I'm trying to juggle some of these. Did you guys have to A-top? I don't know what that means. You guys ever announced the dense winners for yesterday? Not yet, Mr. J-Hound. It's on my list. I'll probably do it tomorrow. I honestly thought I had a conversation with Patrick about holding off until Monday, but apparently he posted them and I didn't even know to look until I was poking around. Do you guys have to stop printing stickers? No, why do you say that, Kurt? Did you not get a sticker in your order or something? Okay, let's do number range is 1 to 750. So for the first one, the Schwab Grays McGillis Custom. It's a mouthful. Number 731. Thanks to the sub, Rad Z1. So 731 for the Grays, and 638 for the full weapon set. $731, $638. Let me know if we have any winners, and I'll confirm. Nick, have you ever built the MG Strike Rougeatory or the MG Gunner Zaka Warrior? What do you think of those kits? I have not built either of those. Canadian Gun had to quit printing stickers because. Yeah, so I. This is the execution or the fulfillment of my thesis when I started the business. Canadian Gun had to stop printing Gundam stickers with Nick avoid the drama altogether by not using Gundam like he owns it. Yeah, so we've never printed a sticker with a Gundam on it. We've never put out artwork with a Gundam on it in anything that we've done, because it's someone else's IP and we don't own it, and unless we've got permission to use it, we aren't going to use it. And that's why it's Mecha Warehouse and not, Gundam Warehouse or whatever other name. So any of those businesses that decided, whenever that was, to use Gundam in their name or in their use images of Gundams, very well could be dealing with cease and desist letters and all that kind of stuff. And honestly, in my opinion, good for Bandai to actually protect their IP, because if they don't, they actually lose the rights to it at some point. They can't, if they don't defend it, then at some point they can't defend it legally. There's, I think, some precedent for that in other areas. I mean, I went so far as talking to my attorney when we were coming up with the name and doing the logo to not have a VFIN in it, because I thought a VFIN might be something that might be too close for comfort on that. We probably could have gotten away with it, but I didn't want the risk. In trademark law, but you're correct, Nick. You fail to defend a trademark, you can lose it. Phoenix and Xerox, for example, are generic. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's part of why Disney defends their stuff so aggressively. I can almost get it when it's like a free sticker or something like that, but if you're selling a product, like if you made a sticker and sold it and you've got a Gundam on it, then you should be kicking back to Bandai for it, basically. Your logo is the Alice Core Gundam for the longest time. If I opened a hobby shop, it would just be Matt's Models and Crafts. But Velcro has been pushing people to say hook and loop when not using the actual Velcro brand. Right, Nick, they had to take a mecha from called the Huck Bean out of Super Robot Wars because of how close it looks to a Gundam Mark II. It was good foresight, but I wouldn't expect anything less from Nick's big brain at this point. Running a business and all that stuff's hard enough, but when you start worrying about legal challenges and all that kind of stuff, like I just didn't want to worry about it. Just to address it, I think nobody won from what people said, so we'll definitely be drawing again for both prizes in a little bit. Yeah, lawyers are expensive, exactly. And they're a lot cheaper to ask the hypothetical up front than it is to actually fight a case or whatever. Having to redo a logo is twice as expensive as doing it in the first place. Buying a whole lot of stickers that you can't sell anymore because you're breaking a copyright thing with them means a bunch of money you can't make on that investment, etc. So I'm glad I've had the foresight on that one, I guess. That's the case, then how does Supernova get away with making those kits and all the other ones as well? So they I don't know that they do. I think legally they could be in hot water for it. Debon has had legal challenges in other countries, I believe. I don't think that they are legally allowed to do what they're doing. They're just doing what they're doing and not worrying too much about the consequences. But there's at least anecdotal evidence of it costing shops that trade in that stuff. You know, like there's I've heard of shops that may or may not have been able to, or may not have been able to get a bluefin deal potentially because of selling some of that other stuff. So, okay, 45 and 46. definitely unfair because they're selling the stickers where I was just giving them away. Yeah, well, I wonder if they're going to get their cease and desist too. Music has gone tribal. Yes, kind of has. Okay, and I need B. Two and 8. And really, Bandai in a 2022 world is in position to do whatever they want in terms of that stuff, because I don't think anybody's big enough based on the amount of demand to get away with anything, because there's enough other shops that would love that increased stock that they can just tell whoever to stop doing what they're doing and give that inventory away. Send help, need assistance up, James. Sorry, the language, I didn't think I was actually going to put that word. Very nice user on Discord offered to send me the one MW sticker I was missing. Great community on that Discord. So you didn't want to fight the warehouse staff after all? I'd set it up. I think that'd be hilarious. Okay, PCN. Don't want to fight them all. Santana terrifies me. True. My MW sticker adorning one of my many accessory tackle boxes. Their Discord community is pretty great, especially the members who like the Go Gooks. Mostly lurk, but I love checking in all the jokes and conversations. There's definitely good stuff going on there. I wish I had more time to just like hang out in the Discord. Still memes from the off-topic channel. Great source of spicy memes. Just joined this week. Nice, Matthew. Never know what to do with all the stickers I get from various places because I don't want them to go to waste. If you get a bigger space in the conference room, can we get a parody of The Office? I think we've talked about parodying the Office in some form or another multiple times, so it's bound to happen eventually. I think that'd be pretty funny. And we'll hopefully have a conference room. I definitely need one. What's up, Brian D? you spare MW stickers for vandalism. Great. I'm going to get a call one of these days. Oh, shoot. What character from The Office do you relate to the most? Oh, man. I don't know. Because 100% Jim. And that's what I was kind of thinking, but I don't know. That's probably the closest. I don't actually practical joke people very often, but I feel like if we had a Dwight, I'd probably practical joke him. Worse than Chinese about to get buck nasty. Do you personally do any kaiju collecting? I don't. I'm not really into that whole kaiju thing. I'm not like a big kaiju movie buff or any of that kind of stuff. Nothing against them, just not something I'm into. Who in the shop gives off Toby vibes? I'm a bit more like Stanley as I get older. Creed. I could see that. Kaiju fights, but it's not super big on my list. Kamen Rider. It's my weird Japanese thing that I like besides Gundam. Okay, and then I need to cut these pieces. Kaiju fights, but it's not super big on my list. Kamen Rider has my weird rules. Jahan, do you collect the Kamen Rider kits? I'm planning to go to North Shore Con next weekend. I'm not. I've got a belt test at the dojo for my children, the kid students. Where's North Shore Con at? So I'm trying to win that Kuga and Dix Intense. Still a fan of Power Rangers and Super Sentai. Power Rangers was big for me when I was a kid, but I definitely kind of grew out of that and don't feel the same nostalgia to it compared to a lot of things. Ladies and gents, gonna call it 11-hour workday behind me, and I'm beat. Have a good evening, Skyrider. I'm tired too. We did a family movie night this evening, and I'm pretty sure I slept through like 75% of the movie. I had trouble falling asleep last night, so I'm a bit tired today. Exact same way Power Rangers, I love it, but I don't miss it. Yeah. Giant Godzilla nerd. I have the Spiral Deluxe Burning Godzilla order, as well as the Stern Godzilla Premium Pinball. Select Technicolor teenagers fighting monsters with giant robots. The PR is awesome. I read through this Shattered, great event, but the Boom comic series is awesome. Bunch of the Zords and Power Rangers is probably my first exposure to Bandai and didn't even know it when I was a kid. I had a bunch of the toys too. It's like I still have all the old Transformers and stuff. Peabody, Mass. I don't know where that is. Do they have a big Gundam category? Maybe it's something I gotta pay attention to for next year. There's so many events and things going on various places. We're so busy lately. This is the first Saturday I was at home, and I probably would have been at the warehouse today overseeing packing or something, but I didn't have anybody available this weekend. How many instructors do you have at your dojo? One, just me. Small school. We got, 20-something students total. So I teach all our classes. Some of my more advanced students will help out from time to time, but I don't really have anybody I can just say, hey, cover class for me or anything. See in the beginning when they're skydiving is so fire. Not sure, I was wondering. Okay, I haven't heard about it being one that's a big one, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. Maybe somebody else in the chat knows something about that show. I had the Tri-Chaser motorcycle from Kamen Rider Kuga on my Mecha Warehouse wishlist. I just haven't bought it yet because I haven't bought any KR kits yet, actually. Okay. Well, you're not alone in that. There's definitely a lot more people that don't buy the kits than the people who buy them. Damn, how many classes do you teach per week on top of also running the warehouse? So regular schedule is 3 classes on Monday and Thursday. So that's 6. That's the littles, the regular kids class, and the adult class. And then an advanced kids class on Tuesdays. So that would be 7 classes a week. And then nominally a fighters training session also on Tuesday that I run and train in. But that's much more sporadic because just myself and one of my more advanced students right now. And if one of us isn't feeling good or injured or whatever, we just call that one off if we're not able to train. And that's been the past few weeks, either because of the other guy being sick or me being injured or whatever. I saw kind of Thunderbolt and I really love that one. I need to watch that. And then this week, I also taught a jiu-jitsu class on Fridays, so over at the Jiu-Jitsu Academy where I train, so I have way too much going on. What's up, Mecha Geek PR? Wow, you do Saturday class too? We dropped our normal Saturday classes a while back. This week we've got, this coming week, next Saturday, we've got a belt test that we scheduled on Saturday, but it's not a day we'd normally have class anymore. Mostly because Saturdays are always hit and miss for people. And it's like the day that I, want to be able to do something myself every now and then. If I still collected 6-inch scale, I'd have the Hasbro White Ranger absolutely beat Spawn to win the WWE Championship. Any MG just at WSD in the next Delpy restock. Going to need 2 sets. I'm not sure. I know we're in the middle of ordering Delpy. It's been a while trying to get that order together. We're trying something new with how we order that hopefully let us place bigger orders, I think. Excited for the fights tonight. What fights are tonight? I guess not, because I don't even know what the fights are. See, it made me want to buy the Psycho Zaku to go along with my Thunderbolt for a cost. Here's a question: if you're the Sensei now who test, if you want to go up in belt rank. So we still we had a belt test for some of my adult students, and my teacher, who's based in Vermont, came down to help evaluate students and get feedback and all that kind of stuff. So we're part of a larger organization, and that's how that kind of works. So our organization as a a U.S. organization will run the tests, or the international organizations will. At the level that I'm at, you're more often testing in Japan or whatever, at least at normal times. Not watching UFC fights tonight. I'm from Phoenix, but I'd rather go watch a live band. Covered Cowboy Bebop sucks. Do you ever use a nanofile? I haven't yet. King Sensei, Grand Sensei, Supreme Kai. I mean Sensei. What's the best way to fix loose joints? There's a few different ways. Gun Primer makes a product called Joint Guard, which is kind of cool. It's basically little strips that go over the balls of the ball joint. It can be replaced if they wear out, which is cool. And then some people use either glue or nail polish or something like that, paint. Just make sure it dries before you put the parts together. Okay. D2021-37. Cut 3M strips. The adhesive ones, maybe they're a little thick though. I think that'd be thicker than you'd want. Unless there's really thin ones I'm not aware of. I think we're going to put up the next draw in a while. Are you building Zoid kit? Yes, it's the Blade Liger AB. Been working on it for what feels like forever now. Been really close to being done. Although I don't think it's going to be tonight that I finish at the rate that we're going. Started by a few wild hairs, so I lost my phone for a few minutes. Nail polish work on polycaps too. I have some IPOs that could use some tightening. Nail polish you use doesn't contain acetone, no plastic. That'd be bad. It's bad and serious sounding. Music is great. Yeah, you paint the other plastic parts, not the polycaps themselves. These Iron Blood Orphans kits are awesome, but they're horrible offenders of loose joints over time. I think that's like anything with polycaps kind of does that. Talk to Texas mess sometimes. I'm always doing too much at once. All right, so let's do our second draw of the night. Let's do a number from 1 to 400 and answer the question, do you snap build or fully paint kits, or somewhere in between? What do you do? 1 to 400, snap build, full paint, something in between. Remember, one number per person. Do not delete or change your number. You only ship to US addresses, and I'll draw in a bit. What's up, Optimus Rhymes? Between, fully paint, hybrid. I was thinking about this today. The follow-up question should be, did you recently transition? If you fully paint, did you transition to that relatively recently? Or how long ago did you transition, or something like that? Livestream 88 was the first one for the Lager build. Went back to check real quick. What was the question? The question is snap build or full paint, or something in between. Like, what do you do with your builds? I was curious about this when I was working on painting later. I have this feeling that everybody kind of gradually, maybe not everybody, but people that do end up painting sometimes will gradually transition. Sometimes they happen right away. But I feel like the hobby grew a lot really fast in the last couple of years, and I wonder how many people are like maturing in how they build. Like personally, for a long time, I just snap built, and I'd panel line and decal and stuff, but I didn't start painting until relatively recently. And relatively recently being now like a year or two ago. For me, customizing them is what made me want to do it in the first place, so I pay attention to detail from the very start. That's cool, but if I recall, you kind of came into it airbrushing other things, doing the RC cars or something. It's been so hectic, I haven't even bought paint supplies yet because I won't have the time to do it. I've been able to build a kit in months, that's a bummer. Painting for about 30 years, cool. Viper 6, the paint, just snap building. I feel like I'm putting together a toy. If I custom paint, build a little scene, it feels like actual model building. Painting other model kits before Gundams, so starting out painting them was natural for me, makes sense. I bet most people that dive right into painting probably come from something else, or they're just overachievers or something. Some people are very conservative about how they get into things, they don't want to mess anything up. And some people are more willing to just go for it. Painting Hot Wheels and doing custom wrestling figures for years. Again, Gunpla and the painting Gunpla was easy. Interesting. Kids for 2 years before I even picked up a pen and marker. I think there's a lot of that happens too. Everybody gets something different from the hobby, which is really kind of cool that it allows that wide range. I don't feel bad for swearing. First got in Gunplay, I thought I'd have to glue the kits together. Shocked to learn they just snap together like a Lego set. It certainly speeds up the build process. Imagine trying to glue all these pieces and waiting for glue to dry or cure and stuff. The full paint kits look amazing, but I'm not there. I have a thing for the Discord diorama, not even the beginner class. I feel like it's not enough. If you're trying something new though, that's all that really matters, is just trying to push the envelope a little bit. Which Gundam has the most agreeable tiny detail that would look good in Star Wars Rebel paint job? Most Gundams seem too smooth. It's a good question. Started slapping stuff on my first kid, never saw an anime, so I didn't know what they were supposed to look like. Well, that kind of helps. To glue everything painting will probably suck because you can't build the kit before painting it. Very true. That would make that harder. So busy in Discord diorama, basically just a blueprint, my notebook, and a pile of junk on my work desk. Oh yeah, we have a drawing out there. I'm gonna call time. Do the winner. Do you sell one to 44 scale people? There's a set that exists. I think we got confirmed on, or we might get confirmed on. I know we ordered some. I don't have my official confirmations yet, so until I get that, I can't really say. Okay, so time is called. I'm gonna do the winner. I feel like it looks good compared to any sort of painting I've done before and learn new things, but you can still. Well, that's what matters the most, is leveling up your own game and trying something new. And if it's not as good as you want, then the next one's an opportunity to improve on top of that. When they fully repaint older single-color plastic kits, most other kits just get color correction and matte coats. Okay, first one for the Schwab Grays McGillis Custom, number 182. Don't blink. And entry grade RX 78 full weapon set, number 57. So 182 and 57. Let me know if we have any winners, and I will confirm if we do. What's up, Anthony? Laser Guide Bunny 57. Okay, I'll double check that in a moment. Laser Bunny must have missed you. Okay, let's search for number 57. Okay, Laser Guided Bunny, congratulations. You can send an email to support@mechawarehouse.com with your shipping info, and we'll send that out this week. I couldn't sit there and read comments like he does as fast as he's building. It certainly makes things harder, although I guess practicing at it for a couple years makes it not as hard as it once was. And really the last few weeks it feels like the chat's been a little bit less active, maybe. At least the number of concurrent viewers has been a little lower on average. I'm not sure if it's what's up for giveaway or if it's the fact that everybody's sick of the blade lag or what it is, but ADHD is so bad I wouldn't be able to build anything and read comments. I'd either sit in silence and build or just read comments and forget to build. Guess I'm pretty good at multitasking, maybe. It does make me a little bit worrisome to do anything on the stream that would require a higher level of attention than just snap building and sanding and stuff. Speaking of Zoids too, we got word that a bunch more Zoids are about to ship. They haven't hit incoming yet on the Discord, but they'll be shipping in the next business day or two, I think. Hopefully Monday. Okay. 36 and 38. The step is daunting with all the parts on it. Build during stream because it's about the only time during the week I can build, otherwise I listen to streams while I work. Well, this is kind of, for me, this is my guaranteed I'm doing some building. Because I'm pretty sure if I wasn't doing the stream, I wouldn't actually be building every week. Often the weeks when we don't have the stream, because either I'm traveling or have something going on that conflicts, is a week I don't get any building done. Mostly because the weather has been getting better in many places, that's definitely a factor too. I had to mow my lawn today, and I'm kind of not happy about having to mow my lawn again. It also didn't help that it was like kind of a cold, dreary day. So it wasn't really like nice being out in the warm sun or anything. Excited for the Zoid, probably gonna wait to build it though. Get things ready for Mother's Day tomorrow. Have a good night everyone. Call your mothers and treat your wives out if you have kids. You too, David. Have a good evening. Else would it be able to shave down the knobs on the Zoid's joints? Are they load bearing? How easy would it be to shave down the knobs on the Zoid's joint? Are they load bearing? I don't think they're load bearing at all. I'm not sure internally what the structure looks like though. Should I concrete my yard? I actually kind of like mowing my lawn when it's like relatively nice out. It's like almost meditative, but I've been so busy lately that like every second counts for the other million other things that I would actually want to do. So I think it's going to be rough this summer. love mowing my lawn, but I also have a small yard in the city. It takes me 10 minutes to mow and I tend to weed whack. Yeah, it takes me more like an hour to mow my lawn. I'm like out kind of away from things, so we got a decent amount of grass. Putting some tunes on my Bluetooth work headset, get on the right mower and get around, it's nice. 5 acres to mow, it's nice to mow and listen to music. You guys have actual land out there in New Hampshire? A little bit. Depends on where in New Hampshire you are though. Oh, I skipped a step on that one. Okay, let's go back real quick. E1. Takes about 2 hours to flip my yard with a riding mower. That's rough. To the sticks, move out to the sticks next year and get a nice size yard. Is nice. It goes 3 times faster when it rains. It's the char has to mow grass. Knocking some runners off the bench here. It's about 3 hours for me. That's rough. To me, like an hour is the limit. I think if I had a yard that took more than an hour, I'd just let a large chunk of it go to whatever, or do something else on it, grow trees or something. Me 2 hours just to get all the toys off the lawn front and back just to get to mow. Ouch. It takes longer than an hour time to fight nature and lay down some concrete. I think it's more the other way. Instead of fighting nature, just let nature do its thing and just not mow part of it, and it will gradually reclaim itself. I'm gonna cut my grass. That's an option too. That thought crossed my mind today. I'm so busy. Defense of the property and get a goat. That would be a good option too. Afraid I'll eat the yard cats. I have a meadow that we mow maybe twice a summer. Is that part of the 3 hours? Garrett, LLC. Oh, I'll tell you, I literally thought about starting a lawn equipment maintenance company a while back, because I don't know what everybody else does. I've got a ride-on tractor, lawn tractor, or whatever that I would have the place that was doing service to pick it up and then sit on it for like 4 weeks before they actually got to fixing it. And this was like pre-pandemic, not even like pandemic craziness or anything. And I eventually decided to stop dealing with them and tried another place, and they were just as bad. I luckily eventually found a company that would come out and do it like right in the driveway. We're on our second one of those, because the first one we were using, I think, basically closed down because the owner died or got really sick or something. We play concrete too and put up a garage for more race cars. Okay. D6 and 11. Let's do that next. I have 6 acres of property, but the yard around the house takes about 3. All my own maintenance and keep on my riding lawnmower and save me several $100s instead of having to haul it anywhere. I wish I had time and knew how to, but I don't have either. So I found a guy that's pretty good. Comes out, shows up when he says he's going to show up. All that good stuff. 6. Isn't super expensive. Don't have to worry about my lawn tractor sitting on a lot somewhere for 3-4 weeks. So I want a cow, but apparently my cousin had a bad experience being chased by one as a kid. When I had a lawn tractor, I did all the maintenance. It's about time to buy another one. Grass is a little tall. Anyone else built HE00 quant? About to fun start mine for my backlog. Nice. I think it's about time to do draw number 3. I've missed everything. Not everything. Still got a prize left. Alright, so third draw, let's see. I know, I got a good question. Okay, so second to last draw. Let's do a number This time from 1 to 150. 1 to 150. And answer the question, if you had to only build one grade for the rest of your life, what grade would that be? So number from 1 to 150, 150, and what would be if you could only build one grade for the rest of your life, what grade would it be? Robert Sell, yeah, not everything, just adding it up. Lawn care. Where this group is, it's on now. The Pretzel Rocks post, obsessed with them. Tonight they've had 4 songs tonight, yeah. No one says EG. I know grades mostly 100 or 144 random. Probably mostly 100 these days anyway. You were at the last draw, be a forced coin flip, meaning between one half of the viewers or 1 1/3 of them. No, I don't think so, if I'm understanding you correctly. But a Verka SD. Verka SD would be an interesting idea. If I had the mind to afford PG, I could build unicorns and banshees in every color scheme imaginable. D18 and 19. Like some of the steps on this kit have way too many parts in them and would do well to be separated. I don't know if it mechanically doesn't make sense to separate them out into separate steps, but I feel like it'd make building a lot easier. Was the range again? 1 to 150. 1 to 150. HGs are good kits at a low price. I mostly have 3 HGs, 3 RGs, and only 1 MG at the moment. No, I've been watching as my hubby just got done with an Exia, no Great Exia, Avalanche, and Dash. Oh, so many varieties. There needs to be a hyper grade. That'd be a pretty cool idea, I guess. What would a hyper grade be? One tells me, guys, to start with HGs, but I would say to start with MG for my hand size. They're easier to work with. I think it's mostly just because of the complexity and cost. An HG is a better place to start. These days, I think entry grade's an even better place to start for most people that don't have any other model building experience. I want a unicorn and Megazord colors. That'd be a pretty cool color scheme. Just have like a hall of unicorns in your house full of every possible unicorn color scheme. Hypergrade is just you being recruited in an R&D group trying to build real mobile suit. Building for years off and on, but recently bought a second entry grade just to use it as a test run to try different things. Not bad for $9. Yeah, I mean, they seem like they're nice, simple kits. Good for painting or to try things on. Absolutely. Okay, D4 and D3. Alright, I'm going to call time. We'll draw for this last remaining prize. Alright, so we got one number. And that number is 109. So 109 for that graze. Let me know if we have a winner. If not, we will draw again in a little bit to finish off the stream. No winners. Bummer. Well, we will draw for it one more time. In a moment or two at the end of the stream. Anybody have any good Mother's Day plans? Taking your moms or wives or being taken out? Anywhere good? Oh, it's been a while since I was able to watch a stream. Epic music, Nick. Nice. Thanks. Welcome back. Wouldn't mind building older NG kits either. Interesting. I don't think I've built any no-grade kits. We're all quarantined because of COVID, so we're just going to order Mexican food. That's our favorite. Nice. Everyone went out with her mother friends while I built a bunch of kiddos. Requested it. Made my eggs Benedict for breakfast. Nice. It's like a Father's Day to me. For Mother's Day dinner, but I don't know where yet. Wife's pregnant and she's very picky with food right now. But congrats on the kiddo on the way. Them out the feed. True that. Think how many kiddos? I've got 2 kids, an 8-year-old and a 3-year-old. I've had the first piece drop at the floor before the end of step 1. Nice. We're gonna make my wife's breakfast for Mother's Day. Nice. guys do anything special for Mama? Nothing particularly planned. Maybe just take the kids out of her hair for a little while or something, but probably be a welcomed thing. But we'll have to see. My 40th B-Day tomorrow. Well, it was on May 4th, but well, you know, kill two birds with one stone. Go everyone have a good night. Don't forget to hit the like button. It helps a lot. Thanks, Bobby. Have a good evening. Oh, shoot. Revenge of the Fifth wasn't bad for you. Mom's 7-year-old twins and almost 4-month-old husky pup probably play board games with the kids tomorrow as my mama has to work at double tomorrow. We're scheduled for Tuesday, dinner and bowling. Nice. Doing something not on Mother's Day proper is probably the smartest thing to do, because, I mean, if you're going out to a restaurant or something, but restaurants are going to be slammed on Mother's Day. Tomorrow night, gotta also study for final, and it really is business are always slammed on our holiday. Yeah. Trying to go into a restaurant Mother's Day is always a nightmare. Yeah, right. It's like trying to like go out on Valentine's Day or whatever. Unless you're real good with getting reservations and stuff, you're in for long waits and all that good stuff. Okay, L6, K3, where is K? Yeah, we specifically made a decision in a long time never do a restaurant on Valentine's Day. We always cook something special. Yeah, it's like unless you're like, I don't know, dating or something, you don't have the luxury of like early in a relationship or something, you don't have the luxury of playing the let's be smart game. Although you probably have the luxury of that too if you're with the right person. I don't know. 2-hour waits because of all the other families willing to wait. Yeah, right?
It's a Call of Duty circus and it's coming to your town.
parts are so hard to fit in sometimes. There we go. That's not coming out accidentally. Okay, L7 and K3. He skulks around in secret and he gets the best of you. And when you die, you rage and cry and curse his padded shoes. Roll up and see the amazing spinning, sniping 10-year-old. He's got more reps per minute than the... What is this kind of music called? Like, does it have a genre? It's Call of Duty Circus playing. I don't know. It's just part of the... Pretzel Rocks is all gaming stuff. I've also been kind of mesmerized by the song here for a moment. This is supposed to be the channel, the epic channel. I don't know that this song's really all that epic. Mexican Mother's Day is May 10th. Works for us to beat the rush. There you go. You guys have a storefront or online only? I just discovered you guys, and I live in New Hampshire. So technically we're online only. We do offer local pickup, and we allow people to browse the store. We just don't have like cash register or any sort of normal retail operation. So like if you came into the warehouse, you would still have to place an order online, stuff like that, because inventory on the shelf might be, you know, already sold on an order, stuff like that. On an order that hasn't shipped, for example. Those pistons look really cool. That's kind of a really cool effect there. Okay, I need K2 times 2 here. You're doing something wrong, or what palettes and acrylic inks don't work well together. I wish I could tell you. I haven't tried it. I haven't used... Do people use wet palettes for inks? Inks might be too hard to use on a wet palette. I got 2 parts left on this step here, so let's figure out the final draw of the night here while I get these parts in. So let's do for our final draw here. Let's do a number. Actually, real quick, what's my question? Palette for the inks. Yeah, I would think you don't want to use a palette for the inks. Yeah. Oh, I know. So let's do this question. This was the question on was it Thursday? We're putting out these questions on social as one of Santana's ideas, and they're getting some good feedback. So what is the best pilot from Gundam Wing? Best pilot from Gundam Wing, and a number from 1 to 60. 1 to 60, 1 to 60. 60. One number per person. Do not delete or change your number. Put answers to the question. Best pilot, not your favorite, but the best pilot from Gundam Wing. And we'll draw in a minute. And do not delete or change your number. One number per person. And we only ship to US addresses. There you go. I think I have this spiel down by now. Who was the heavy armor pilot? That'd be Troa. Because no consensus on how to spell hero. Base my answer solely off the 5 minutes of Googling I did before buying my RG Talkies because I've never actually watched Wing beyond the first episode. These are such hard questions to answer because I think there's too many factors to really, like, you almost have to qualify your answer. Who was the best pilot at the beginning of the series versus the end? I think it probably changed. As pilots, change a little bit in their piloting style and get better. Is there anything missing from this? I don't think so. Getting there. So there's some lower leg pieces, something on the shoulder, and then the nubs, and then we got one leg done. So we'll probably, all but guarantee we'll finish this leg next week, and might be able to get the other leg done too. I don't know. I'm watching you build the Gunpla anyway. I really want to build a few more and make my own Magnax Corp. Not quite Nick's size, but a good 6 or 7. All right, so let's call time. So the big 100 is next week. It is, and I need to come up with something special to do. I'm not sure what that special thing is. We'll probably have some extra special giveaway prizes. And I'm not sure what else. Maybe we'll get a guest or something. I don't know. I gotta figure that out. I don't have a ton of spare time this week either to figure it out, so it'll be a surprise, probably to me as well. Okay, so we're gonna draw this number 17. Number 17 for this graze. Looks like we might have a coin flip. We got Rybers with 17. No, that's the previous question. That's a bummer. Daniel Melian. Almost had a coin toss. All right, Daniel, congratulations. You can send an email to support@mechawarehouse.com with your info, and we'll hopefully get that out to you this week. Should be this week. Just don't know what day at the rate we're going currently. So congratulations. Congrats to both of our winners tonight. Speaking of coins, what were the coins that you were shipping? Oh, great question. So these are the Discord challenge coin. This is our 2022 challenge coin. I feel like that could focus better. Come on. It's like almost too bright or something. The 2022 challenge coin. They're for Discord members. If you're a member of the Discord, we do have extras, and we'll be putting them up for sale probably later in the week once some of the coins we sent out arrive, just in case we need to resend any stands that broke or anything like that. But that's what we're referring to. It's the light glare. Yeah, I think so. Maybe I'll turn these down a bit. I feel like the 2022 coins are slightly brighter than the previous coins. I don't know if it'll show up in the camera. It's probably really hard to tell. They're both supposed to be the same finish, but it seems like it's got a little bit lighter of a finish to it than last year's coin. It ain't over till it's done stream. Maybe. That'd be one way to make sure this thing gets done. What was the drop price anyway? This was a HG gray Schwab Grays McGillis Custom was the prize this week. So anyway, thank you all for hanging out tonight. Really appreciate it. Congrats to our winners. We'll be back at it next week. Next week is our magical 100th stream, so that's going to be cool. We'll do some special stuff like we said. And yeah, have a great rest of your weekend. Have a great week, and we will see you next week. Don't forget that Live 10 code. Still active for a little while after the stream, so check out mechawarehouse.com, see if there's anything you want. See you all next week.